e.l.f. finally addressed the oily girls. So they came out with the Power Grip Matte Primer and the Halo Glow Powder Filter to put on top of the Halo Glow Foundation. Let's jump straight into this. Of course, we're going to make sure that our skin is already cleaned, and we're just using a toner to make sure that we're getting rid of whatever might be left. So I went straight in with the primer. I don't always put moisturizer underneath, and I did this specifically because I didn't really know if this was going to work. And sometimes I put moisturizer, that junk still be oily regardless of if it's matte or not. So I did put this on first as the base, and then I did kind of go in and put a little bit more of like setting spray so that I can lock in the primer and so it don't move. Now I want to say that upon applying this, it definitely is one of those once you put it on your skin, it's thick and sticky, but it's not like thick from an application perspective. It just doesn't move per se. So I can tell that it's definitely giving primer that's going to, whatever you put on it, it will adhere. So of course, we always like the Halo Glow Foundation. We just hate that after a certain amount of time of wear that we get that oily look. I love the color match with this particular shade, and almost immediately the halo does give off that glow. So if you want a natural glowy look, then this is perfect. We went in with our same process because when I'm trying out new makeup products, I want to make sure that I'm following my normal steps. I don't want to do nothing different. So we did our eyebrows. We just using a little bit of pomade. My eyebrows are already thick, so I really don't do a whole lot. I just do enough so that once I put the foundation on, they stand out and they don't kind of disappear and not being dominant enough. Now we're going to go in with the Halo Glow Powder Filter. Now I'm going to just go ahead and see. Immediately, this shade is the wrong shade. This, I think, was probably the only shade they had in the store when I went in there. And I realized it right here. I was like, oh, no, it's dark. But maybe it's going to oxidize into my skin appropriately. Now, what I do want to say is, immediately upon application, it kills a lot of that oily look that we're going to get. And so that's why I'm saying absolutely yes, make sure you get it. Now, after I tried everything I could to make sure that it wasn't going to have me looking super duper dog and make me look super duper crazy, I did take it off and I just kind of used the primer with the Halo Glow Foundation alone just to see if standalone, if that works. And the answer is no. So I went in, did all of my color correcting, put some setting powder on, put my bronzer on. I did all the things that I would normally do, used all my normal products because I know how to make all of these products blend and work well in a normal situation. Sometimes my foundation be too dark, and once I put concealer on and do all the other things, I can lighten it up. But this powder, no ma'am, no sir. I literally had to wipe my whole face off and start over again. I was hot, baby. And not to mention I was about to record some content, so that delayed me from doing that too. It took me so long that baby girl ended up falling asleep. Now, this is me attempting to try to lighten it up with the banana powder that I have mixed with like a little bit more of the orangey reddish color, because I mix them because I feel like the banana powder by itself, it'd be too dominant sometimes, unless I want my face beat down to the gods, you know, birthday pictures, that type stuff. I try to keep it pretty toned down. And this is just a random Saturday. I don't have a whole lot going on. Now, in this light, I feel like it don't probably look as dark as it did in the mirror. We're going to follow up with some highlighter and all the things. And here we are. Just wrapping it up, just trying to make sure I do all the same things. And y'all, I keep looking in that mirror. The reason I'm doing all this is because it doesn't look the same way. So yes, I went in and I still use setting spray. If you're an oily girl, you already know you got to use setting spray almost after every step of the process, or something is not going to settle into your skin appropriately. It won't oxidize right. You just going to look crazy and fool. So then I go in and I put my lashes on, and you know, we do all the things. I put some mascara on to put the lashes on. Then I was like, no, I ain't put no lashes on. Psych your mind. We just gonna put on mascara, because I was thinking about lashes right here, and I was like, no, I'm not doing that. Additionally, I was trying out my Meta Ray-Bans, and I wanted to make sure that they weren't going to be dragging across the inside of the lens. So we're just going for a basic look. Like I said, it's Saturday. We really ain't going nowhere like that to even have makeup on our face, but because we need to record content, we're going to make the best of this, and we're going to get all kinds of content out of this. Y'all following me? Okay. So immediately, this doesn't look all that bad in this camera, but y'all, in all the other cameras, it looked crazy.